Are you tired of high-pressure tactics?
No, I'm not going to sign that. It's too much.
At Community Auto Group, you'll find we have a straightforward approach.
If other dealers have made you uncomfortable, give Community a try. You'll enjoy your experience here and find a straightforward deal that's right for you, not high-pressure tactics.
Community Auto Group, straightforward deals from the straightforward dealer.
Happy for James Morris, Big Ten Player of the Week defensively. Nice award for him, so happy to see that. And obviously happy to get the win. And, we turn the page on Sunday and have a big challenge this week playing a Michigan State team that looks very, very strong, very powerful. And, it's going to be a tough football game for us. So we got a big challenge, and we'll get to work on that today. I think we're making progress. And every year is a little different. 2004. We had a lot of success, couldn't run the ball at all, but in a perfect world, you certainly, if you can run it and stop the run, that's a good thing, just in general terms. And it's going to be a big challenge for us this week. Their running attack is starting to kick into gear the way I would imagine they want it. They looked really good their last time out, and they're giving up a ridiculously small number of yards a game right now, rushing-wise. I think it's under 60, so. They got a tough defensive football team. It's gonna be a real challenge for us.
When you look at them statistically, what a challenge this is for the offense to try to move the ball.
It's going to be a big challenge. I mean, they're first in the country right now in total defense, and I think they're first pass defense, second rush. So, and you watch the film, you can see why they're just really playing with confidence right now. They've got great senior leadership and veteran leadership, and their scheme is, I wouldn't call it overly complex, but it's. They have enough complexity in there where you can't ever get comfortable, and they always make it a challenge. It seems the subtleties of it. It's really hard to get clean plays. It's not so it's going to be a challenge for us, and that'll be a big part of the game this Saturday.
What are some of the subtleties? What are
the comparison I made on the teleconference. We used to play the Steelers my 6 years. They have a handful of things they do on first and second down. So it never looked like all that much, but it was enough there. They certainly knew what they were doing. It was enough to cause problems with your run game and enough to cause protection problems. So, on paper or on the board, it didn't look like it was all that much, but just the challenge was, getting the right play against the right thing, because they never telegraphed it. Michigan State doesn't either. And then the most important thing, there's a tie there, good players that play hard and are well coached. And I think that's what we're seeing with Michigan State.
They do just enough to sort of, you can't depend on what.
Yeah, you can't ever get comfortable.
Okay.
And they don't, there's no tip there. It's not like it's coming. It's a little easier if you can anticipate something, but you can't.
Given what you saw this game, is the offensive line starting to come together and gel in the manner that you were hoping it would by this point?
We're making progress. And the statistics were good Saturday, but you look at the film Sunday. There's an awful lot of things that we need to do better. We're gonna have to do better this week, or we won't have anywhere near the production we need. So we have a lot of things that we have to work on the next 2 days. That's for sure.
Is Connor doing better now?
Yeah, that was probably the only downside of the game. Saturday was just that ending, but he ran on Sunday and he's fine. So we lucked out there.
For a guy when really you've only got about 3.5 quarters of tape.
That's what you go with. You just go with what you see. And he played a little bit earlier in the season too. So, but it appears that's who they've settled in with, and that's who we're going to see. And it's not a huge change. I don't think it'll be a huge change philosophically for him. So, I guess that's a good news. But I think that's what we'll see. You never know. Lomax is fine. He's good. He hasn't really gone full speed yet, but hopefully he's okay. It looked like they were kind of like the quarterback thing. They were back and forth a little bit earlier, but it looks like they're settling in now. And they've got two different kinds of backs. One's a little quicker, and but the starter, had a nice game against Notre Dame, and it's going to be. Looks like they got it going a little bit now.
Is their offense more?
You've been to the red zone a lot. Haven't always scored on a lot of those. What is keeping? I think there's 7 times where you haven't got any points. Or is it just execution as much as anything?
Yeah, it is, and that's probably as big a thing as there is on our list right now that we have to really address if we're doing some things better. But that's something we have to. We can't expect to continue on at at the rate we're at now, we got to do a little bit better job down in there.
You know, the game Saturday, there was a play. In third quarter, you had a nice drive, some big third down conversions. Then on third down, Jake threw it away, but you can clearly see Martin Manley getting tackled. On a play like that, do you send those in to Big Ten office?
Yeah, we every week we do send in the things that we think, we just want interpretations on. That's going to happen. I thought the crew did a great job overall, and I'd say that all season long. I think they've really we've had good officiating. There's going to be a couple plays in every game, and that's a hard job that those guys have. But I think Bill's done a great job. Krill's done a great job with the league, and guys are really communicative. They're hustling. They're working hard out there, and it just you think you had a bad break or something here and there. You just got to keep moving. It's just what you have to do.
When you hired Brian,
somebody listed off playmakers for your team, and you left Powell off that list.
In here, or
yeah,
okay, because I know everything gets recorded now. If you say something that's not, if there is such a thing as private moments, but he had 2 catches, I think, right at that point. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he did last week. Okay, he had 2 in that last game, I think, right, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's a young guy trying to learn how to play, and. Thing about him, again, he's fast. We all know that. But I just think I'll harp on with him is just his positive energy. He loves playing football. I think one of the upsides of getting a guy who's going to a JC is that he appreciates the opportunity, appreciates, being somewhere where they have training table meals. We ride on nice buses and planes and things like that, it's like coaching at Maine. You coach at Maine, you appreciate things a little bit more, when you get in the Big Ten. So it's just, I think he's going through that too. So just everything about him is really positive, other than he just hasn't played a lot. But
you grow his repertoire and they have their eyes on him.
Be smart too, yeah.
He's in the scouting report. How do you grow that from there?
And then it's up to us to get him where he can be free. And it was good execution the other day. And then once he got in the open, he knows how to finish a play. That's one thing we do know is he can finish it. If we can get him started, he can finish.
How do you rate
Your expectations as a runner, especially on third?
Well, again, we don't let our guys get hit, so we see them run in practice, but they're not running for their lives necessarily. And so we felt like he and Jake both had pretty good upside, and Cody's not slow of foot, so we thought there was that. But you never know till they get in a game, and he's done a good job. And sometimes guys that run the ball as quarterbacks, they get a little too happy doing it, or looking to do it too fast. Look down the field for a count and then pull it down and run. So he's not doing that. He's playing quarterback, but running when it's appropriate, and that's been really helpful for us.
What about the play of your linebackers and how this unit stacks up to some of the other good ones that you've coached?
Well, yeah, one thing I'd comment, because I don't think they made any list. I don't look at those lists too hard, but it seems like every week, you look at or when I was in Chicago, there's a lot of linebackers there, I'll put it that way. So one comment I'll make, there's a lot of good linebackers in our league, and we're seeing a couple of them this week. The whole crew, all 3 of their guys are good, but 40 and 28 in particular, they've played a lot of football, and they're really good players. So, who's better? I don't know that stuff, but our 3 guys have all played a lot. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, they really practiced well last spring. You'd see them improve, and the same thing in camp. And having experience and then a good work ethic, that's a good combination. So all 3 guys are really doing a good job right now, and just happy that they're on our team. They're really all 3 of them are great guys, and they're good leaders and good role models for our team.
With the way this series has gone, Mike Meyer could be a pretty valuable contributor Saturday.
Absolutely, and he had a tough one last week. Hit the post there, but when we really needed it there at the end, he had it, and that was not a routine field goal. So he's doing really a nice job, and that's one thing about having a senior. I think all of us have a lot of confidence in him and just the way he operates. So really, and you're right about this series. Other than 2 games, it's been back and forth and really close, and I'm glad he's on our team.
2 guys playing.
You about kickoff coverage and what adjustments do you make? There are a couple big plays last Saturday.
Yeah, not happy about that certainly, but I think it's the good news from my vantage point. It's not like we were earlier or over the last couple of years at times, especially early in the season where we just looked anemic out there. The things that happened Saturday are we're not that far away, and when we are covering right, we cover them pretty good right now. So I think we're on the right path there. I feel like we got the right guys right now, and they're still learning a little bit about how to do a couple things.